I appreciate you having me, and excited to be here and talk to all of you with this really amazing poet and all your agencies like. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the future of agencies. But before we do that, I want to tell you a little bit about myself, my career, and my background. Thank you, Timo. Actually, I need to plug this in so you can actually see my presentation. So you need to think about that. Let's make sure this works. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. No, chair it. We can't have the sit jargon.
Should take a few seconds and then we'll go.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Viola's good.
There we go. Yeah, let's move this thing out of the way. Oh no.
Yeah, it's always now.
Okay, all right, we're good, we're back. Before getting started, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I've been in the creative industry for over 15 years. Previously I was the head of design at Time Magazine, and I was also the head of design and UX at several agencies, including QA, BeReal, Basic Depth. So I've kind of been all over. I've freelanced all over. I've worked with Google and Meta, Microsoft, and Amazon, all of them, right? And I've had a really fortunate and awesome career. I've put up billboards in Times Square. I've had commercials launched on national television. I've had websites seen by millions of people. I'm very, very lucky to have reached this point in my career. And about 8.5 years ago, I started Academy, and our initial vision was actually to create a product design studio. I mean, I'm sure many of you run some of those right now. And it was great. We did that for about 3.5 years. And what we noticed was there was a shift happening in the market. And what I noticed was that a lot of teams were starting to move in-house. They were stopping hiring big agencies to go do a lot of the product work that was out there. And a lot of them were just hiring their own teams and building products and incubating them inside. And in seeing this shift, I started to think about how we could reposition our agency to be a little bit more flexible, to be able to work with them still, but not have to have all the overhead of supporting an entire full-time staff. And so we started to move towards staffing and recruiting solutions for small-based teams, right? So a lot of our clients said, hey, I don't need a whole team, I just need an individual or a few individuals, can you help provide those? Or, hey, I just want to hire people full-time, or, hey, I love this contractor you're going to supply us with, can we convert them to a permanent role with us? And so we adapted our business model, and that just went through the roof. We actually went from a 6-figure business for maybe 3.5 years to a 7-figure business in just 1 year. And we were able to reduce our entire staff, right, to a smaller group of core people, mostly actually recruiters. And then over time, we whittled down all our other full-time staff to just contract recruiting. And so we were able to take our profit margins down or actually increase them. We were able to improve them from 15% to 40% in just 1 year. That, combined with new processes in AI that we were able to establish, new tooling that we were able to invest in, also with AI, enabling our team and supercharging them with AI, and hiring remotely and globally and not having any office space anywhere, enabled us to achieve these kind of results. And I can tell you that the business that we run today, and this is only maybe 3.5 years after making some of these changes, is so much more efficient and better than it was when we first started, right? When we started to take off and grow, our revenue started to go into the millions, right? What we were operating at then was probably 15%, right, profit margins. But as soon as we started to make these changes, and now we're 40%, I mean, that is more than double the profit that we're making before. So it was a huge unlock for us. And this was all because we were thinking about, the future. We were thinking about how do we position ourselves better and make sure that we win in this new economy. And so that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. I think I did a pretty good job back then predicting what it might be. And now I have some hypotheses about what we might see in the future. So we're going to talk about the great agency reset. So I think, a lot of you guys may align with some of these things. Some of you may not. But I think a lot of traditional agencies, typically around 20 to sometimes 100 people. How many in this room have over 20 people in their agency? I think that was everybody's hand. I think that is going to change. I'm sorry, because I know that a lot of your staff may be affected by this from my point of view. But I want to talk about the reality of where things are going. And this won't be bad for your staff here, right? This actually, my presentation is good for your staff too, I promise. But in a different way. Agencies are shrinking. You guys have seen the headlines. Lots of offices closing, IDO in the toilets, they just hired a new CEO, blah, 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 whatever, right? Agencies, offices, Madison Avenue, gone, right? Like nobody has an office on Madison Avenue anymore in New York. It is changing dramatically. They're going remote, they're hiring globally, they are hiring less people, right? That is just a reality. In addition, coupled with the tech layoffs, of course, these are numbers in the US, so I want to caveat that. It's not globally. It was hard to get that number, but layoffs in the US. Since 2022, exponentially going up, right? That continued in 2023. It settled down a little bit in 2024, but even in just this short time period, we are almost halfway there of a repeat of 2024 of layoffs in the tech industry. And this will only continue. With AI, of course, a lot more efficiencies, a lot more companies, as we've heard about, are doing more layoffs. They continue to see this trend going. It will not stop, I promise you. So what does this mean? Well, a lot of things are happening. Economic pressures and layoffs are leading to structural changes in companies. Those companies are trying to keep teams leaner. They're trying to be more efficient, more economical. They don't want to pay big salaries or benefits. They don't want to keep people on staff or tasks and things that they might need to be able to do that might be more scoped, right? They say, oh, well, why do we need to keep somebody on staff to, do our marketing department when they could maybe do very specific focused things like maybe make a brand film for us in a very short period of time, right? And a lot of that stuff happens today, but you're going to see more and more of these fragmented projects happening as opposed to hiring full-time staff in the company to do this job that really doesn't require them sitting around twiddling their thumbs for 6 months in a year. I think we all know those people who maybe work at Google or Meta right now that live that country club life. I have many friends that do this. That is not going to exist anymore, right? So things are changing, but guess what? This offers a great opportunity for folks just like you. Agencies are going to win when they're smaller, they're more flexible, and they're highly specialized because companies are going to still need that work to be done. But since they have these leaner teams in-house, they're going to need to go outside to be able to do specialized work. If you need a film done for your marketing campaign, if you need SEO done for your marketing landing pages, if you need a website done, if you need a small product built, right, you're likely going to go out of house, bring them into those smaller projects, shorter time rates, and highly specialize at what they do. And that's where I think agencies and freelancers, where they talk about that too, are going to be very successful. So this is my hypothesis, and this is what I'm calling the builder economy. So the builder economy, it's an era where small expert teams use AI, no-code tools, and global talent to create products, services, and businesses that once required large organizations. You guys have probably seen the millions of videos that are being put out today of people building amazing tools all by themselves with basically a Cursor account and a Midjourney account in ChatGPT. Well, that's happening, and it's going to happen at global scale. And the builder economy is exactly that. It's for people just like you in this room who are very capable, very skilled, and know how to use these tools well, and can actually start building stuff on their own without anybody's help. So what's it mean for you? Well, the tools are getting more powerful, right? Now, since you have this ability, it seems just like anybody can create something, but that also leads to a lot of what you guys probably have heard of AI slop, right? So to me, it's all about the people who actually use these tools, right? The people who are talented enough to use them and wield them. I mean, you wouldn't put me up against the Michelin star chef and give us both a basket of food and a bunch of cooking tools and say, who's going to cook a better meal, right? The Michelin star chef is going to win every single time. It's all about the people who wield them. We talked about this, but specializing in being the best at what you do, but also leveraging AI to help you go do that. This is going to be critically important. And then with all these powerful tools and leaner teams, you can also move faster. You can take on more work and thus drive up more revenue and increase your profit margins. So we're going to talk about how this is changing. Well, first of all, design talent are the best position to win in this new economy. But why? Well, it's because in this AI-first world where coding, writing, creating seem to be getting commoditized in many ways, designers also have this other skill. They have taste, they have craft, they have experience, right? They understand how to build great user experiences. They understand a little bit about research. They understand about strategy. And now, empowered with AI, can do all these things at an expert level. When you ask a developer to go design a brand experience, are they going to do a good job with it, even empowered by the AI tools today? I'm sorry, but they will not. If you ask a writer to do the same thing, will they be able to build the entirety of a product and an experience? Absolutely not. But a designer, empowered with AI, is going to be pretty exceptional at doing all of it. They are the best position to win in this new economy. Clients today, they're not just buying design anymore. They're buying outcomes. They want partners who can either handle everything or be in a very specific niche. So, my feeling is that if you, as an agency, want to think about the future, you need to think about either we go super specialized, I'm the expert in AI filmmaking, or you go a little bit broader and say, I can bring the full package to you, right? You need a brand done, you need a new product built, you need SEO, you need to be able to do like content marketing. If I can provide this whole package to you, you guys will put yourself in a very valuable position with any company who comes to you asking for these type of services. So this is a very important point. Build once, sell often. We talked about the builder economy. As an agency, it is incredibly important for you to start thinking in this new way. Before, you guys were selling hours. Right now, you sell hours. Let's be honest. You need to start thinking about building scalable IP. AI templates, AI frameworks, AI tools, AI automation, workflows, processes related to your specific niche or lines of business or the relative one. So if there's one for marketing, for example, a new marketing automation process, or maybe it's a workflow for how you build an AI film, right, for a brand launch. Any of these things can each have independent workflows of tools or frameworks and templates. If you start to build these, you can then leverage that to either sell to multiple clients or to even white label to give to other people, right? This is about creating scalable IP and not just selling hours, you're selling value to people. This is a new way of thinking. It's a total unlock. And this can also relate to products and services that you can either build yourself and incubate in-house, which I think a lot of folks are starting to think about doing. And maybe you can create platforms, services, and tools that you can sell to others, right? So this is the way that I'm already thinking about this. And I'm going to prove to you exactly how I'm doing it, because I don't just say these things, I practice what I preach. So I'll tell you a little bit about B150. So B150 is an initiative that I've personally started. As a recruiter, my primary value is in my network, right? People come to me because they say, well, Adam has the best, product designer or UX talent on the planet. And if I need to find a freelancer or I want to hire somebody full-time, I'm going to come and it's really great what does. And so I said, all right, well, is there a way to kind of productize that a little bit? Because I'm seeing this new future vision where really the design engineer becomes the top of the pinnacle of everything. And that's why I did that slide earlier. I was like, why is design position the best for everyone? Because I truly believe it, right? And so this is a community, it's a professional social network that is all about people who are building, right? And this can be building anything. It can be building through like vibe coding, through vibe marketing, vibe filmmaking, vibe gaming. This is the community for you. It's kind of like Reddit and LinkedIn had a baby, and product hunt also is smashing it, right? Maybe a little bit of Slack too, iron out. But the point is that I'm building a product that I can go out there and sell. And this is actually a true extension of my business at Academy, right? So this is the way I want you guys to start thinking, is how do I extend my business into other areas? It doesn't have to be building a product like this, by the way. It can be a new service, it can be a new tool, it can be a framework, it can be a template like the ones we talked about, right? But I want you to really start opening your mind to how I can start servicing my clients and my value in other ways. So B150 is, we talked about what it is. We talked a little bit why I'm building this, but how I did it. I'm a solo founder. And if I show you this bike, I'm not going to go through it right now. You guys can check it out later. I'll be happy to give you guys all invite to try it out. And I talked to my friend, he's a developer, he's a lead developer at Amazon Web Services. This guy's like 10x, like pinnacle engineer, okay? I showed him my platform just yesterday. And he was like, this would have taken me a team of engineers in 1 year to build this platform. And he was like, do you have a team of people working on this? And I'm like, nope, just me, solo founder. I built this in 2 months. 2 months. Super feature rich, as good as LinkedIn, as good as Reddit, I swear to God. And I did this with the combo of the right skills, a good community, and well, pure grit, right? I just had the drive, I wanted to do this, and I wasn't grinding, and you can ask my wife, wasn't grinding every single day. I worked hard, but I'm not killing myself. And Cursor, Claude, Figma, Midjourney, ChatGPT, Wendy, those were like my primary tools that I decided to wield on this particular project. But it is all possible. And this is just proof that you guys can do it too. And that your mindset of selling your hours needs to completely shift. So a few final thoughts. In 2025, the agency playbook is going to be shifting to smaller teams that are AI first. Thinking more lean and flexible. How do I adapt to my clients' needs? Expanding your offering or niching down, we talked about this, and building IP, not selling your time. So in this new economy, specialize, expand, and own the future. I thank you guys for having me. Thanks.